Hey guys, we're on lesson 2, solving problems with multiplication and division. Here we go. Now that you guys are professionals at multiplication and division, we're going to move into word problems. So, some word problems that involve comparisons can be solved using multiplication and division. Comparisons are things that are when they compare two things. So, 2 times as many is an example on here. Maybe 4 times less is a comparison. Anything that compares two things. Example 1. One bag of fruit has 2 pears. Another bag has some apples. There are 3 times as many apples as pears. How many apples are in the bag? And our strategy is going to be to use a diagram. We know our question is how many apples are in the bag. Here we go. So our first step is going to be to draw a diagram to represent the problem. I see that there are 3 times as many apples than pears, which means for each pear, there are 3 apples. So right now I'm drawing my pears, and then I will have to draw 3 apples underneath each pear because there are 3 times as many. So I'm just going to finish up labeling my apples, and then I will end up with 3 apples for each pear. Our next step is to write an equation. So I know that I'm looking for the number of apples. I'm going to use A as my unknown. I know that it's 3 times as many pears, and I have 2 pears. So I will have A equals 3 times 2 pears. Now I will solve the problem to figure out how many apples I have. 3 times 2 equals 6. There are 6 pears in the bag. Example 2. Which word problem matches the multiplication equation? 4 times 3 equals 12. A. Jason has 4 markers. Franklin has 3 more markers than Jason. How many markers does Franklin have? B. Oscar's rabbit weighs 3 pounds. Brittany's cat weighs 4 times as much as Oscar's rabbit. How much does Brittany's cat weigh? C. Selma's box of raisins weighs 2 times as much as Joe's box of raisins. Joe's box weighs 4 ounces. How much does Selma's box of raisins weigh? The first thing I'm going to do is draw a picture to understand each problem. A. Jason's markers and Franklin's markers. I know that Jason has 4 and that Franklin has 3 more, so I drew 4 and 7. Oscar's rabbit. I know that Oscar's rabbit is 3 pounds and Brittany's cat is 4 times that, so I drew 4 3-pound boxes for Brittany's cat. Selma's raisins and Joe's raisins. I know that Joe's raisins are 4 ounces and Selma's are 2 times that. Remember, our operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I'm going to determine which each problem uses. So 3 more I know is addition because it's 3 more than something. I know that 4 times would be multiplication because it's times. I also know that 2 times would also be multiplication. Now that I know my operations, it'll make it very easy to write equations. I know Jason had 4 markers plus 3 more would equal 7 for Franklin. B. Oscar had a 3-pound rabbit, and Brittany's cat is 4 times, so I'll multiply by 4 and I will get 12. For C, Selma's cat is 2 times the amount of Joe's, so I'll do 4 times 2. 4 times 2 would equal 8. Now it's time to compare 4 times 3 equals 12 to all of my equations to figure out which one matches. A is crossed out because 4 plus 3 does not match. 3 times 4 does match, and 4 times 2 does not match. Now I know that B is the only one that matches. That means that word problem B matches the multiplication problem 4 times 3 equals 12. Example 3. Tiffany's sunflower is 5 inches tall. Devin's sunflower is 20 inches tall. How many times as tall is Tiffany's sunflower compared to Devin's sunflower? Our strategy is going to be to identify the unknown in the problem first. In order to find the unknown, we have to ask ourselves, what do we need to find? I know that it's asking us, how many times as tall is Devin's sunflower compared to Tiffany's? So I know that I am looking for how many times as tall. The comparison, how many times as tall, is missing. Now I'm going to write an equation, and I'm going to use S as the unknown. My first part of the equation would be the height of Tiffany's sunflower. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. Then I would multiply it by however many times as tall. I don't know that, so I'll write S equals, it would be the height of Devin's sunflower. Because Tiffany's times something equals Devin's. I'll plug in what I do know. I know the height of Tiffany's is 5 inches. I still do not know S, but I do know the height of Devin's is 20 inches. Now we have to write a related equation to find the value of the unknown. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So our division problem would be 20 divided by 5 equals S. And this is how we'll find the value of our unknown. I know that 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So S equals 4. Our unknown equals 4, which means that Devin's sunflower is 4 times as tall as Tiffany's sunflower. If you want to check this, you can just do 5, the height of Tiffany's, times 4, and see what that equals. Does it equal the height of Devin's? Turn to page 19. You'll see the coached example. You're going to go through this and try to solve it by taking the same exact steps we just took together. I'll read the question. Liam is 60 inches tall. He is 4 times taller than his boot. How tall is his boot? Pause the video and try to solve this before moving on. Here is the solution. The unknown is how tall is his boot. I got that from the question. Liam is 4 times taller than his boot. Liam is 60 inches tall. All of this is coming from the question. An equation would be 4 times B equals 60 inches. 4 times the height of the boot equals Liam. Now I have to write a related equation. Remember, division undoes multiplication. So my related equation would be 60 inches divided by 4 equals B. I'll solve the equation 60 divided by 4 equals 15. The value of the unknown, B, equals 15. And that means that Liam's boot is 15 inches tall. Don't forget to check your work to make sure you're right. Now you're going to go to page 20 and you're going to complete lesson practice number 1 through number 13. If you have any questions, remember to ask me. You can connect with me on Zoom or ask your parents to contact me. Don't forget to send me a picture on Friday so I can see all your hard work that you're doing and maybe give you some dojo points.